Hello. Welcome. My name is Obedaku. Welcome. Today I want to share with you how to grow your engineering or construction company. How to grow your engineering or construction company. We were into this business for years, maybe 10 years or so, and we learned a lot of things the hard way. And I would want to share with you some of the things that I think can help you to grow your construction or engineering company. We did a lot of building works, civil works, electrical works. We did folder banks, all kind of projects from semi-government organizations, and some of the things that we learned. One of the things that you can decide is who your client base. Who are you going to focus on? Are you going to focus on government works, or you're going to focus on individual works, or you're going to focus on maybe organizations, private companies? You must make that decision, because that decision is critical to you surviving and being able to grow the company. It is that critical. From my experience, as much as you can, if you want to build a business and build it well and build it with some kind of credibility and control, then you would want to look at individual companies and maybe individuals as persons. That one, getting the projects may be a little easier, and then you can be certain of the payment in terms of the delays. Not everyone, but most of them, especially, will be at least fair to pay you fair share. There are a lot of other things in between, but the other thing that you would want to maybe do is try to package the projects that you have done. Package them well, build a nice profile, maybe even build a website, brand the business well, create a logo, have a nice name, and let people have the story. People should be able to see the sequence, how your business grew, from the first project to the second project, the team that you use. All those can make the business look a bit organized, and maybe a bit as a big business if you want. The other thing that you would want to look at will be your credit lines or the banks that you deal with. Very critical. I would not recommend loans, but if you have a project and you want to do it, then make sure that those things are established well. The other thing you want to look at will be the kind of engineers, the kind of people you work with. As much as you can, get to work, pick the right guys. I mean, people who understand the work and people who have the personality that you're looking at, the personality that can fit the culture that you have built as a business. Pick the right engineers, those who have some morals. Very critical, very important. Sorry, very critical, very important. And what again? And take care of your finances as well. As I said, take care of your finances. Some of the things that you can do to grow your business. But if the project is a bad project, then construction business is or engineering business, so to say, not the processing, not the manufacturing side. These are the construction, the engineering projects, where you're fixing some plant. Those kind of businesses, they're mainly bulk payment kind of business, so to say. So for instance, when we're working with ECG, they will bring their things, they say go and fix them, they will calculate some things and give you labor and TNT. Some of them can delay your time actually. So you want to structure it so that the business can grow on its own. And if you are not in charge, or somebody who does the marketing or who looks for the project, you're building a culture so that your projects will speak for you, and therefore you must know where people value the kind of project, the kind of delivery that you give. Some people will not care about the delivery, the quality, all those things. They just want something, and if you give them, then they give you a project. If you're cut for that, no problem. But eventually, it really does not help anybody, because then you will get to a stage where you are locked, you are choked, and some people have businesses because that is the style that they have. I think in business is that you're extremely honest or you're extremely dishonest. There's no in-line, there's no middle ground. If you're in the middle, you will never grow. So you have to choose. If you're on the extreme left, where you are just ready for any deal, you pay and they give you. You have to continue to do that all your business life. If that's what you want, no problem. And if you don't want to do that, then you have to be very much credible and stay with the things that you're very much comfortable with, which means the project is fair. Nobody is asking you for anything. You deliver, they pay you, you go. If it's 5%, and a lot of the times when you are brutal on yourself, when you are looking for credibility and the ethics, your profit margins will not be that much. Sometimes, if with a little slip, you can go into loss because construction margins are very small. If you take out the material costs, you take out the labor, you're virtually left with nothing. If you put the machines somewhere. And if your boy screw you a little, you come back with zero or even negative. And if you're running on bank loans with high interest or microfinance or these savings loans with huge interest, then you have no business at all. So that's why most construction companies don't do well, because the factors are many. And if you don't have full grip on those factors, then it will be very difficult for you to grow your construction company. And the most critical thing is even how you procure the project, how you get the project yourself. That is the most difficult. And if your personal values don't tally with all the machinations that the other guys do, because most often the project managers in charge of these projects want to build a house out of the project, they want to buy cars out of the project, and they want a deal. So if you want money and you're ready for that, maybe you can do that. But if you want to build a business, then as much as you can, stay in the area that you have control. Stay in the area that your clients know your value. That's why they're giving you the project. If you can do that, you may be going slowly, but eventually you will build something for yourself and you can grow the business. But don't follow this. You see something in the newspaper, there's a big project, there's advert there, you go and buy the big documents, you go and go for bit security and all those things, because a lot of the times those are not the reality. Those are not the reality. So you would want to stay out of this publication contracts in the newspapers. A lot of the times you're better off not staying, because people negotiate them way before they even publish. So that's not the area that you want to fight. Maybe you can even look at just subcontract from major contractors as well to get to build your network before you really go for the big ones, because contracts mainly is more built on who knows you, who trusts you, who wants to work with you. Even the good ones, the very good clients whose processes are very clear, they still have some bit of worry as to who they want to give the project to, because somebody can come there with all the big machines, big team, big bank account, but when you give them, they screw you. So they also have some kind of worry as to who they have to trust. So if you can get entry into some of this, even if it's very little work that they want you to do, maybe sometimes it's repair works, sometimes it's just some little maintenance, just take them. Don't say that I am very big, our company is that huge, we can't come down like that. No, because you want to build a network, you want to build credibility, you want them to trust you, you want them to believe that you can deliver. And construction field is that very much tough and difficult. That's why very few survive there. That's why very few survive there. So for you to grow there, you must be very much skilled in how you pick a project from somebody and build a business around them. So you have to go and you have to know a lot of these so-called big companies so that you can build credibility out of them. Sometimes you may even just be on the borderline. So your workers will have something and you cannot sleep, because that is the industry. But if you want to grow, then you have to have grip on how you procure your project, how you get a project, how you put your team together, how you manage your finances, especially. And don't go with the word of mouth that or connection. There is always somebody who will come and show you and promise you. The big people, they know who have this, that they want to give you. They can waste a lot of your time. They can waste a lot of your time. There are some decisions that you have to make if you want to build this business. I don't work with these people, I work with these people.